Salam. وش صار؟ الله برحمة آل محمد صلوات الله بار دیگر نعرہ صلوات اللہ. بے کسوں کے مددگار مولا علی، جز تیرے کوئی اپنا سہارا نہیں. بے کسوں کے مددگار مولا علی، جز تیرے کوئی اپنا سہارا نہیں. یا علی 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 یا علی. آئیں سب مل کے میں سب پڑھیں. یا علی یا علی یا علی یا علی یا علی یا علی یا. ماشاءاللہ بہت بلند. یا علی یا علی یا یا علی یا علی یا علی یا علی. تیرا در چھوڑ کر جائے آخر کہاں، غیر کا در جبی کو گوارا نہیں. یا علی یا علی یا ماشاءاللہ بہت بلند. یا علی یا علی یا. I can just hear uncle's voice. I can't hear from there. Ya Ali, ya louder. Ya Ali, ya Ali, ya. MashaAllah. تیرا در چھوڑ کر جائے آخر کہاں، غیر کا در جمی کو گوارا نہیں. یا علی یا علی یا ماشاءاللہ. یا علی یا علی یا. جو علی کا نہیں وہ نبی کا نہیں، جو نبی کا نہیں وہ خدا کا نہیں. اے مسلمان اصحاب سے پوچھ لے، کیا یہ خم نبی نے پکارا نہیں. یا علی یا ماشاءاللہ نعرہ علی. یا علی یا علی یا. یہ آپ محسوس کریں کہ آپ نجف کی سرزمین میں ہیں. یا علی یا علی یا یا علی یا علی یا. وہ تو کم ضعیف ہے جو تجھے چھوڑ دے، ورنہ مولا علی تیری تعظیم کو. وہ تو کم ضعیف ہے جو تجھے چھوڑ دے، ورنہ مولا علی تیری تعظیم کو. جو پلٹ کر نہ آئے علی یا محسوس کیجئے گا. لاکھ طوفان آئے مجھے غم نہیں, لاکھ طوفان آئے مجھے غم نہیں, میرے ہونٹوں پہ ہے ورد ناد علی, جو ڈبو دے ببر میں آئے کفر چپ چاپ سنتے رہے, سب کے پہلو میں تلوار موجود تھی, کسی نے اتارا نہیں. یا علی یا علی یا علی یا آئے کعبے میں جس دم علی کے قدم, منہ کے بل گر پڑے بت یہ کہتے ہوئے, آئیے آئیے جانشین نبی, یہ تمہارا ہی گھر ہے ہمارا نہیں. یا علی 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 یا بے کسوں کے مددگار مولا علی, جز تیرے کوئی اپنا سہارا نہیں. برحمد آل محمد صلوات. بار دیگر نعرہ صلوات. اللہ ماشاءاللہ بہت اچھی طرح آپ لوگ سن رہے ہیں, تو ایک اور مولا حسین کی شان میں کلام پیش کر رہا ہوں. بار دیگر نعرہ صلوات. حسین بانٹ رہے نجات لے جا, حسین بانٹ رہے ہیں نجات لے جا. کیا کچھ آنسوں کے وزر کائنات لے جاؤ, حسین بانٹ رہے ہیں. ماشاءاللہ بہت سے بلند جاؤ, حسین بانٹ رہے ہیں نجات. یہ کربلا ہے, یہ معجزے نما کی بستی ہے, یہ کربلا نما کی بستی ہے، کفن میں اس کے لپے تو حیات لے جاؤ، حسین بانٹ رہے، مرحبا۔ کہیں گی فاطمہ وقت ظہور مہدی سے، کہیں گی فاطمہ وقت ظہور مہدی سے، کیا لڑائی کے لیے غازی کو ساتھ لے جاؤ، لڑائی کے لیے غازی کو ساتھ لے جاؤ، حسین بانٹ رہے ہیں، جاؤ کچھ آنسوں کے عوض کائنات لے جاؤ، حسین بانٹ رہے نجات، برحمد آل محمد صلوات اللہ۔ یہاں سنبھل کر قدم اٹھانا، یہ کربلا ہے، یہ کربلا ہے، یہاں سنبھل کر قدم اٹھانا، یہ کربلا ہے، یہ کربلا ہے، آئے باؤ زبان میں ساتھ پڑھیں، یہاں سنبھل کر قدم اٹھانا، یہ کربلا ہے، کہ مہدی یہ سرزمین چھین رضا چھین کے غم میں عابد لغد میں روتا ہے خون اب تک، یہاں پہ ہرگز نہ مسکرانا، یہ کربلا ہے، یہ کربلا ہے، یہاں سنبھل کر قدم اٹھانا، یہاں پہ حر بھی تھا حرملا بھی، کتاب ہستی کو پڑھ کے دیکھو، صدائے غلمن جو آ رہی ہے، تم اس طرف ہو یا اس طرف ہو، تمہیں عمل سے ہے اب بچا ٹکڑے، کہیں پہ ہے ٹکڑے، کہیں پہ زین سے گرے تھے مولا، کہیں سکینہ سمو سے لپٹی، کہیں پہ اصغر نے تیر کھایا، یہی غریبی کا ہے ٹھکانہ، یہ کربلا ہے، یہاں سنبھل کر قدم اٹھائے، یہ کربلا ہے، دعا دیں گے حسین تم کو، یہاں پہ آنسو اگر بہائے، یہاں پہ بیٹی نے بے وطن کی ستم گروں سے تماچے کھائے، یہاں پہ خوشیوں کو بھول جانا، یہ کربلا، یہ کربلا ہے، یہاں سنبھل کر قدم اٹھانا، یہ کربلا، یہ کربلا۔ محمد وآل محمد صلوات اللہ۔ الفاتحہ۔
اللهم صل على محمد محمد. I would like to thank you for having few days with us, and inshallah we pray to Allah to reward you handsomely, and we wish you to stay more with us, and we inshallah looking for Jazakumullah. Let us all recite 5 times I am Ajibu for all those who are sick near and far, request for Rana Bashir and all others that are sick, for the safety of the Muslims and all those in need of du'as. Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. أما يجيب المضطر إذا دعاه ويكشف السوء، أما يجيب المضطر إذا دعاه ويكشف السوء، أما يجيب المضطر يكشف السوء، أما يجيب المضطر إذا دعاه ويكشف السوء، أما يجيب المضطر إذا دعاه ويكشف السوء. اللهم صل على محمد محمد. كل أرواح المؤمنين والمؤمنات إن شفاء مريض. سورة مباركة الفاتحة. بر حبیب خدا ختم الانبیاء محمد و اللهم صل على محمد وعجل فرجهم. ما شاء الله لا حول ولا قوة إلا بالله السميع العليم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. الحمد لله الذي لا يبلغ مدحته القائلون ولا يحصي نعماءه العادون ولا يؤدي حقه المجتهدون، الذي ليس لصفته حد محدود ولا نعت موجود ولا وقت معدود
ولا أجل ممدود ثم الصلاة والسلام والتحية والإكرام على أشرف الأنبياء والمرسلين سيدنا ونبينا وحبيب قلوبنا وطبيع ذنوبنا العبد المؤيد والرسول الأمجد المحمود قاسم محمد صلى وأهل بيته الطيبين الطاهرين المعصومين المظلومين الذين أذهب الله عنهم الرجس وطهرهم تطهيرا واللعنة الدائمة على أعدائهم أجمعين من أول يوم ظلمهم إلى لقاء يوم الدين أما بعد فقد قال الله سبحانه وتعالى في محكم كتابه الحكيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم يوم ندعو كل أناس بإمامهم صلوات اللهم صل على محمد وآل محمد وعجل فرجهم روحي وأرواح العالمين لتراب مقدمهم الفداء. Dear brothers and sisters, we are in third night of Muharram, year 1445 after Hijrah. Today, as I promised, I want to speak about a very commonly mistaken topic and meaning, and I mean imamat, and who is imam, and then with relevance, necessity of imam. Why do we need an imam? When we have the Holy Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, why we need an imam? Many people will simply say out of simplicity that Rasulullah is my imam. So that's what we want to talk about. Number one, imamat. You heard the ayah. I'm going to come back. First of all, thank you so much for your care, your kindness, for your messages, and those who offered some remedy for my throat. I was just tired. Alhamdulillah, I'm perfectly fine. Jazakumullah khair, according to your pure intentions. For all of us, but especially those who were offering their help, please have a loud salawat for them. Allahumma salli ala Muhammad wa ali Muhammad wa ajil farajahum. I never speak out of, relevance. Salawat. People undervalue the value of salawat. Imam Rida alayhi salam says, Allahumma salli ala Muhammad wa ali Muhammad. Maybe it's for me. We human beings, we keep on making mistakes. We are error. And we make mistake after mistake after mistake. Okay, and then lakwar mein tauba panni, main betabara. People who understand it. The famous saying that I have broken my tawbah hundreds and thousands of times and I'm an irreliable person. Basically showing humility to Allah Jalla Shanu. Imam says, when nothing is working for you, no tawbah is working for you, no salah to decrease your shahawat, and it didn't work. Imam says, فَلْيُكْثِرِ الصَّلَوَاتَ عَلَى مُحَمَّدٍ آلِ Muhammad. Then you should seek refuge in recitation of lots of salawat, because Imam says salawat will destroy all of your sins. Allahumma salli ala Muhammad wa ali Muhammad wa ajil farajahum. So coming back to our topic, imamat. Imamat basically is from the word amam. Amam with fatha, zabar, jaise hum Urdu mein kehte hain na. Imam is the person who is ahead. Amam means ahead of something. Antum amami, you are ahead of me. And opposite is khalf. behind. Let's say, this sha'ir is behind me, khalfi, it's behind me. On yameen and shamal, we know, right and left, up, down, those directions. Imam is somebody who's ahead of people. Imam is somebody who is leader of the ummah. To know the meaning in the simplest I can deliver or explain, just pay attention to the position and authority of Rasulullah. Rasulullah's responsibility, his risalat, has three main aspects. Please pay attention. Aspect number one is receiving wahi and delivering it to mankind. Communication of wahi. Tabligh wahi. He receives perfectly with zero mistakes. Delivers, communicates to people perfectly. Zero mistakes. What do I mean? I went to many great teachers. I attended their lesson. My teacher delivered the material. He delivered it perfectly, 100%. Remember when we used to install, I used to install Windows 98. That bar will show the progress, progress bar, 50%, 70%, 80%, 90%, 98%. It will sometimes stuck on me. I don't know why. It had a large file. Then 100%. My teacher delivered 100%, but not necessarily I received and understood 100%. Maybe I took 30%, 70% just mere sar ke upar se guzar gaya. It went by, it slipped away from my mind. I could not grasp it. I could not comprehend it. But Rasulullah is not like this. When he receives the wahi, he understands it without making any mistake. Then he delivers it without any decrease or any increase in the wahi. This is what we call ismat. Please have a salawat. Salli ala Muhammad. So aspect number one is receiving wahi and then communicating it to people. Aspect number two is tafsir of wahi. The matn Quran, Quranic text, is quite complex. In many places, it's very complex, complicated. It needs a mufassir. And that's why Allah Jalla Shanu announced to me and you, وَأَنزَلْنَا إِلَيْكَ ذِكْرًا لِتُبَيِّنَ لِلنَّاسِ مَا نُزِّلَ إِلَيْهِمْ. We have revealed this mention, this reminder, this dhikr, meaning Quran Kareem, to you, O Prophet. Why? The aqaid, Rasulullah must explain what does Tawheed mean. What are the different conditions of Tawheed? What are, Tawheed of Ali, Tawheed, different types of Tawheed. And another day we'll speak about, inshallah, if Allah allows, some other time. Then Nubuwwah itself, attributes of a Nabi. What is ismat? What is ilmun Nabi? Within ilm huduri, ilm husuli, ila akhir. And then fiqh, mashallah, ahkam, practical part of Islam. He must teach us how to offer our prayers. And let's say within those prayers, let's say Fajr, how many rak'ah, Dhuhr, how many, till akhir. And then fast. How do I fast? When do I start? When do I break my fast? What to do, what not to do. So all the do's and don'ts, which Allah commands us, خُذُوا مَا آتَاكُمُ الرَّسُولُ وَنُهُوا مَا فَانْتَهُوا مَا. Please have a salawat. Allahumma salli ala Muhammad wa ala Muhammad. Ma atakumur rasulu fakhudhu. Just trying to give you these broken circles. I don't know, I'm by nature such that I want to give you always those nails which hold the tent of our Imam. Because maybe sometimes, the side information slips away. But ayat, in a hadith, Quranic ayat, and a hadith of Masumin alayhimus salam, this clearly commands us that whatever God's messenger gives you, just take it. Bismillah. Thank you, Ya Rasulullah. Whatever he says no to, just forsake that. Stay away from that. Don't even get close to that. This is the meaning of ita'at of Rasulullah. It could not be simple. If people still doubt, well, those imposters, those doubters, may Allah help them with your salawat. Muhammad wa ali Muhammad wa ajil farajahum. So then he's, of course, I was going to say masterpiece, which is not appropriate. He holds the best character. Innaka la'ala khuluqin azim. He himself says, the reason I am resurrected, innama bu'ithtu li'utammima makarim al-akhlaq. So the big package of our religion is akhlaq. So 3 areas, dear brothers and sisters. Aqidah, beliefs; fiqh, practical part; akhlaq. And he was a prophet. And he was also imam, and not an ordinary imam with due respect. Imamul inse wal jinn. Imamul kul. He holds the title, laqab. Imamul kul. Hazrat Musa alayhi salam, though lots of respect for him, he's Kalimullah, spoke directly with Allah Jalla Shanu, but he's not Imamul kul. He's Imamu Bani Israel. Limited, a group of people he was resurrected toward. But our apostle, arsalmatan lil alam. Salawat on him. Salli ala Muhammad. So now, all this explanation of these 3 main aspects of Rasulullah's Risalah, why do we need to explain this? Because this will help us understanding the meaning of imamat and who an imam is and why we need an imam and why we cannot survive without an imam. This is the reason. Now, number 1, Risalat, to receive and deliver. Both Shiites and Sunnis, they agree this is exclusive. This is solely for Rasulullah. No one else receives wahi. Some ghulat, those who exaggerate, or gumrahan, they are wrong. Na'udhu billah. No Shiites, they ever believed that Imam Ali can receive wahi. No wahi can come to ghayr Nabi. Only a prophet of God, a chosen person, whomever Allah decides, they receive wahi. Yes, arrival of angels other than wahi, that is not wahi risali. We call it wahi risali. That is something else. That of wahi, which is Quran Kareem, an explanation of it, only and only belongs to Rasulullah. Imams, they never receive wahi. Second one, tafsir of mutune dini, religious texts. Sunnis, they believe it's not the duty of imam. Now the reason is because their khalifas, which they don't normally use the word imam for, they call them khalifas. With due respect, I'm just trying to explain where does the difference lie? Where is the line which, segregates Shias from Sunnis or Sunnis from Shias? So they believe that imam, it's not his duty to do tafsir of matne dini. Shiites, we say yes, that is the first and foremost duty and requirement of imam, to be a mufassir of all of deen, to say simply Quran Kareem. Now, third one, political leadership. Our Sunni brothers, they say yes, Khalifa or the Imam is the political leader. He plays the role of Rasulullah, like he used to, lead the military affairs, Rasulullah, who to make peace with, where to send a military, a ghazawa. I mean, peace and war was one of the aspects of Rasulullah. They say that Imam or Khalifa, they have this authority. Shiites, we also believe that Imam holds that political position. And Imam Ali did reach to political power. He gained power, at even number 4th apparently, but he was the Khalifatul Muslimin, meaning he was in charge and in power. So let me just recap. Receiving a wahi and communication only lies with Rasulullah. But the other 2, Shias, they say, Imam also has them, tafsir and leadership. Tafsir, put another word to make it easy for today's, youth. Marja'iyat dini. They are the marja' dini. People, they refer, they ask them the questions. Fas'alu ahla dhikri. They are the ahle dhikr. Them people, seek guidance from them. Leadership, I just said. So leadership, Sunni brothers, they say, is the only aspect an imam inherits from Rasulullah. Shias, they say, tafsir, yani marja'iyat, and leadership. So where's the problem? If you ask our dear brothers, that brother, if you say imam is not the mufassir of matne dini, meaning he is not the imam of fiqh, he is not the imam of Quran, meaning he's not the mufassir of Quran, so then how would you explain this slogan said by Umar, Hasbuna Kitabullah? I'm going really slow because this is a very important issue. If understood correctly, I hope you will never doubt what is the difference between a Shia and a Sunni. We Shias believe that Quran has an ayah. Let me give you an example. The last ayah which was revealed after the completion of Ghadir Khum's whole thing, Al-Yawm akmaltu lakum deenakum wa atmamtu alaykum ni'mati wa raditu lakum al-Islam deena. The first word, Al-Yawm akmaltu lakum deenakum, is telling us what? We have a completed religion, a perfected religion. You have perfected your religion today. The first thing this ayah demands is one guy, at least in this vast world of Allah Jalla Shanu, who knows all of the Quran. Are you paying attention? A Kamal-e-Deen means when Allah has perfected the religion, there must be at least one person who has the knowledge of this complete religion, and to whom Allah will say, Ati'u Allah wa ati'u Rasula wa ulil amri minkum, which I cannot deny. I cannot deviate from this ulil amr. Who is this ulil amr? That is what we are trying to learn today. Are you with me? Please have a salawat then. Is it getting hot? Is it tough, harder? So I simplify, or everybody's with me so far? I think it's getting a bit hard. Let me pull out my pill number 2 then. I have all different types of pills, ahadith, stories. I wanted to deliver this very important segment. Let me just put it in a simpler way. अगर इमामत इतनी आसान होती भाई तो इतनी लड़ाई क्यों होती? Let me recite you a share. ना अल्लाह ते लड़दा है, ना नबी ते लड़दा है, ना अपनी किसे गाल कहीं ते लड़दा है. पता नहीं मुल्ला को दर्द केड़ा है, जदा भी लड़दा है, अली ते लड़दा है. Could you understand it? The poet is saying, I don't know what's wrong with this non-Shia scholar, mullah. He never fights for Allah, never fights for Rasulullah. I don't know his pain. Whenever he starts a fight, Imam Ali is the reason. Salawat on Imam Ali. Ya Ali. I will make it so simple that it cannot be simpler than this. But bear in mind 2 points first. Our brothers believed that Imam is not the mufassir of wahi. Quran stated, I have given you completed religion. And my aql, even a lowly person's aql, can decide if the religion is perfected. I don't have knowledge of this Quran. This Quran has 4 types of ayat: mustambatat, muhkamat, mujmalat, mutashabihat. I don't know mutashabihat, the dual meaning ones. I don't know, mustambatat, it needs inferring, it needs ijtihad. I don't have that ability. Okay, muhkamat, maybe yes, Qul huwa Allahu ahad is a muhkama, a clear cut in its meaning. I can understand. Almost everybody in this hall can understand. True? But how about those areas which I don't know? La ya'lamu ta'wilahu illallahu warasikhuna fil ilm. What about those ayat? They are part of Quran. How can my imam say, wait, for tafsir of these type of ayat, you got to find another person. This is what we are speaking about. Rasulullah appointed Imam Ali to be his successor and the holder of those two said positions, and he put him in authority. The clearest he could by saying, Man kuntu mawla, fahada aliyun mawla. Allahumma wali man wala, wa adi man ada. Allahumma ansur man nasara, wakhdul man khadalah. Oh Allah, we know the meaning of the first line, I trust. This was not part of my speech tonight, but I'm just giving it as an explanation, and nothing wrong with it. Because Qadir is our ID. Remember, Qadir, speak about it as much as you can. And my humble request to all of you, I delivered a couple of weeks ago the lecture, and I humbly requested, please read Khutbah Qadir once at least with your family. And my respected mothers, explain the meaning of walayat to your kids. I'm honored. My mom, she never went to school. She only went to 4th class. This is somewhere like 1942, 43, 45. But I remember, and I'm so honored and humbled, she always spoke about Ghadir Khum to us. And the walayat of Amir al-Mu'mineen I have, it's 99.9% from my mother. May Allah reward her with my request of loud salawat for all mothers here. Allahumma salli ala Muhammad wa ali Muhammad. So why I started Ghadir? I wanted to take you here. Rasulullah makes the dua at the end of Man kunta mawla fahada aliyun mawla. He says, Allahumma wale man wala. Oh Allah, befriend with him who is friend to Ali alayhi salam. Wa'ade man ada. Oh Allah, be enemy of such a person who has any type of animosity with Ali. What is all this? Why is the apostle of Allah, who Allah says, you are rahmat, mercy for the world, why is he saying, wahdul man khadalah? Oh Allah, abandon a person who leaves Ali ibn Abi Talib. Now I wanted to make, pave the pavement of the upcoming meaning. Now there's a man at the end of the day of Ghadir. There's a man known as Harith ibn Nu'man al-Fihri. He explained many things for us. He walks to Rasulullah, ties his camel there, and this is how he starts with audacity. Itni jur'at, itni gustakhi, ya Ali. He says, Muhammad, you told us an nashhada la ilaha illallah wa annaka rasulullah faqabilna. You told us to recite shahada, we accepted. And then amartana an nusalliya khamsan faqabilna. You commanded us to offer 5 prayers, 5 namaz. We accepted it. We did qabul. We said, okay, we'll do it. And then wa amartana bil hajj faqabilna. You commanded us to do hajj. We accepted. We just performed hajj. See, Ghadir Khum is right after hajj. Now look how he goes. He says, then thumma lam tarda. This is very, very wrong. No one can speak to Rasulullah like this. Ye badbakh, look how he says, then you were not pleased for this much, and you held the arm of your brother Ali, you raised it, and you said that man kuntu mawla fa hadha aliyun mawla. This is his statement. He says, that is this hadha shay'un min indika am min Allah. Is this from you? Are you speaking out of your desire? Or is it a command of our Lord Allah Jalla Shan? Are you paying attention? This person is basically representing any mentality which may be inside their mind, intrinsically or outside, outwardly. They challenge sometimes Rasulullah. Maybe sometimes he used to speak out of his own, preferences. No, or speaks out of his own desire. In huwa illa wahyun yuha. Whatever he utters is completely wahy of Allah Jalla Shanu. With this lens, if you look, he says, is this from you or from Allah? Please read it. You will really realize how much hard work our holy apostle had to do. And that, of course, his whole life is a tough struggle. But anyways, look how he says. He says, Wallahi alladhi la ilaha illahu inna hadha min Allah. In Arab, when they say Wallahi alladhi la ilaha illahu, this is a qasam with ism zahir of Allah Jalla Shanu, the greatest qasam of Allah. When you use the word Allah Jalla Shanu in it, and Rasulullah knows, he accepted salah, offered 5 times salah. Apostlehood of Rasulullah, performs hajj. What is left there? Nothing. But he denies the walayat of Imam Ali. This is what I was trying to tell you, that Imam is of all of the Mutun Dini. He's Imam of Usul and Imam of Furu'. Like our brothers, they don't have this privilege, if I can say with respect. They have different Imam for Usul al-Din, and they have 4 different Imams for Furu' al-Din. In our faith, in our madhab, we have only one Imam. During Rasulullah, that Imam existed and was taught and was nurtured and raised by Rasulullah himself. And that Imam is Imam Ali ibn Abi Talib alayhi alaf al-tahiyyat wa al-thana. Allahumma salli ala Muhammad ala Muhammad. But now let me add on to the whole story, on to this thing. When we say he is Mufassir, Imam must be the alim of all of Quran. We know the hadith, Ana Madinatul Ilm wa Aliyun Babuha. But I don't want to stay here. I want to put it in practice. How was the ilm of our A'imma? Imam Ali is leaving with Hazrat Abu Dhar one day. They are traveling to go somewhere. They have a mission given by Rasulullah. On their way, they had to pass through a huge valley. And Hazrat Abu Dhar, he noticed that there was an ocean of ants. Some places there are lots of ants. Hazrat Abu Dhar, looking at these small, teeny, tiny creatures moving in a certain rhythm, he's like, the hadith said that dahaltu. Dahaltu in Arabic means dahashtu. I was like, terrified by looking at them. And by instinct, he said, glorified is he who knows Subhanallah muhsihi, who knows their number, who knows how many are they. Imam Ali said, stop about that. Don't say that. Ya Ali. He says, say that glorified is the one who created them, because there are people who know the number of them, and not only how many are they know even their gender. Which one is a male and which one is a female. Are you paying attention? And Abu Dhar is like, more of it. Ya Ali, anta dhalika rajul. Are you that man? Imam said, I know, Abu Dhar, every single of these ants, which one is a male and which one is a female. But look what Imam is trying to tell us. Number one, protecting the khaliqiyat of Allah Jalla Shanu. He says, glorify Allah with the attribute of being their khaliq. Don't say he knows their number, because even makhluk of Allah knows their number. Now have a salawat. Allahumma salli ala Muhammad wa ali Muhammad wa ajil farajahum. So brothers, there are so many stories. I wanted to give you the meaning of Imam and explanation. The hadith comes, a masterpiece, a long hadith. Imam Rida alayhi salam has explained the meaning of imamat and imam. But I'm just going to give you a couple of lines, inshallah, to leave some time for our dhikr musibah. Put in your head 3 stages. Status of imam near Allah. Because that khutbah is quite complicated to understand. I've simplified it in 3 segments. Number 1, the status of imam near Allah Jalla Sha'nu. And it's a lengthy piece, lengthy selection. I will just give you a couple of lines. Imam says, Al-Imam Aminullahi fi khalqih. Imam is the trustee of people in the creation of Allah Jalla Shah. Look, Imam says creation. He doesn't say Muslimin. He doesn't say Mu'mineen. Kul makhlooq of Allah. Makhlooq is also ins and jinn. Now you know why you recite Assalamu alayka ya Imam al-insi wal jan. Are you not tired, right? Then have a salawat, please. Number one, you are going to propagate the true meaning of wali and walayat. And number two, you are going to be able to defend the aqidah of walayat. Please have a salawat for all of our ulama. Salli ala Muhammad wa ali Muhammad. By no more examples. Imam says, لَيَكُونَ حُجَّتَهُ عَلَىٰ عِبَادِهِ. So this Imam may be a proof, hujjat of Allah, on servants of Allah Jalla Sha'nu. وَشَاهِدَهُ عَلَىٰ خَلْقِهِ. This is very important. This Imam must be a witness on the creation of Allah Jalla Sha'nu on behalf of Allah Jalla Sha'nu, with the authority. They don't spy on us. What do? Imam Radha later on this khutbah says, the lesson that we are watching your amal day and night. Whatever you do, nothing is hidden from us. And this is from all the Masumin. This hadith or types is reported from them. We know you. Imam Ali, as soon as he will see a person, he will know he's a believer or not. Mu'min or ghairi mu'min. And other person, Allah. Removed. Remember, this roof is a very basic curtain for me and you. I can't see beyond the roof. This is hijab, a curtain, a cover. Imam says, if all the covers are removed from Ali and Allah Jalla Shanu, mazdattu yaqeena, nothing will be increased in my yaqeen. Aap salawat nahi padhi. I sometimes say to my community members with respect, so jaiye, ab thak gaye hain, sara din kaam kiya hai. But remember, one salawat, maybe for me myself, I can't dare to say that sometimes you make mistakes or commit sins. 1 month's sins cannot stand one salawat. Now this does not mean, okay, Maulana said, you know what, 5 salawat are good for 5 months. Ab jao, babar be aish kush ki alam dobare nahi. Nah, it doesn't mean that. Salawat. Having the proper understanding, that true essence of religion, that is what is walayat. I know Imam Ali is my channel to Rasulullah. Rasulullah is my channel to Allah Jalla Sha'am. I must proceed with my Imam. Allah said what? Yawma nad'u kulla unasim bi imami. He didn't say bi nabiyyihim. I'm going to call upon all people throughout generations with their Nabi. You know, Allah said bi imamihim, with their Imam. And how did Rasulullah explain this? I'm going to enter to my final phase, necessity of Imam. Man mata, Rasulullah said, walam ya'arif imama zamanihi. And he did not recognize, he did not get ma'rifat of Imam of his time. Mata mitatan jahiliya. He died the death of era of ignorance. Before I was resurrected, Rasulullah is saying basically. You know what is the difference between jahiliya and jahil or jahala? Sometimes these words are not understood properly. Let's say jahala versus jahiliya. Jahala means ignorance. Let's say I am jahil of this phone. I don't know how to use this phone. I'm jahil of this device. I don't know how to, how about this device? Nothing. In context of Islam, jahala means maybe I don't know rituals of Hajj. I'm jahil of Hajj. I don't know the so-and-so hukm. You ask me a question, I don't know it by heart. I gotta refer to the Tawdi'ul Masail, other books, and then I can answer you. I'm jahil of that mas'ala. But jahala means I did not recognize who my God is. I did not know who Rasulullah is. I did not know what Quran is. I know nothing. That is jahala. This is what Rasulullah is saying. Man mata walam ya'rif imam zamanihi faqad mata mitatan jahiliya. 100%. Faqad means indeed, for sure. Don't doubt it. 100%, or 110%, or 500%, as the Arabs say. He dies the death of era of ignorance before my resurrection. Now you know why we need an imam. Not only that, this imam is going to explain Quran for me, show me how about of my religion, other parts of our belief, other parts of our life. So imam is not only a political leader, dear brothers and sisters. Imam is a spiritual leader. Lastly, when I said he's shahid, he's gawah, he's a witness, you name the imam and I will give you the story of shahadat of imam and our a'mal, our actions. You want me to give you a story of Imam Rida, Imam Jawad, Imam Zaman, Ajjal Allah Ta'ala Faraja, Imam Ali, which imam? You name it, make me hear. No one? Okay, Imam Rida. He's moving to where? Khorasan, on command of Ma'mun. He's been taken by force. You know, he was, during his last Hayat Tayyibah, he was taken to Marb that day, then it changed to Khorasan. The province still takes the same name than Mashhad today. On his way, he has a Ravi known as Musa ibn Sayyar. He's with Imam. And he knows Imam lived all of his life in Medina. He never traveled towards Iran. On a place, when they were in suburbs of, Marwa, Imam stopped. There was a janazah being taken, and Imam hurriedly joined the janazah. And at a point, Imam tells them, they also know those people, they did not recognize Imam Rida alayhi salam. But Imam had such a nur, such an awe, a grandeur on his face, they could not resist. They stopped. Imam said, put the mayyit down. They put the mayyit. It's mustahab to put the mayyit down thrice before making them enter the grave. So Imam opens up the coffin, the face part of the coffin. Imam places his holy hand on his chest. And Imam says, Abshir bil Jannah, Ya Fulan ibn Fulan. O son of so and so. Have good news of Jannat. I gave you good news of Jannah. You're going to enter the paradise. Musa ibn Sayyar is dying of city. He kept on waiting, and when they both came back, he says, Yabna Rasulullah, can I ask you a question? He says, yes. He says, I know you have never traveled here. And possibly you never met the man, the deceased one, the mayyit. You never saw him. I'm amazed of what you did. Can you please explain for me? Imam smiles at him, says, Yabna Sayyar, looks like you don't know that your Shiites amal are presented to us morning and evening every day. This is what is gawah. This is what is witness. Shahidahu ala khalqih. Imam is a witness of Allah Jalla Shanu on the makhlooq of Allah. Quran says, وَكَذَلِكَ جَعَلْنَا, and on this place that we have appointed you witnesses, and Rasulullah is witness over you. And on the day of resurrection, all of us are going to be called with the name of our holy Imam, Imam Zaman, Ajjalallahu Ta'ala Faraja Sharif, and Rasulullah is going to witness the imamat of our blessed holy Imam, Ajjalallahu Ta'ala Faraja. Salli ala Muhammad, al Muhammad. Now, like everything, this imamat doesn't come for free. It has a huge cost beyond our expectation and beyond our comprehension. Azadaro, tonight is 3rd of Muharram. Tomorrow, inshallah, I will be reciting the Zikr Musibat of Hazrat Habib ibn Madahir Radwanullahi alayh. Today, I want to mention another dignitary, a great person. And I mean Hazrat Zuhair ibn Qayn Ridwanullahi alayh. This man was Uthmani madhab. Quickly for youth to connect their minds. He knew Imam Hussein is traveling towards Karbala. Intentionally, he was staying behind the Qafila of Imam Hussein alayhi salam. So he does not meet Imam in person. And sometimes in those days, even today, when you have been living in the same city, the man is grandson of Rasulullah, and he is the son of Bibi Fatima. Imam sends a messenger to him, calls Zuhair. And the hadith says, go Luhuf, Abi Mekhnaf, whichever maqtal you read, go read there. It's a lengthy story. When the messenger arrives in the tent of Hazrat Zuhair, they're all eating their dinner. And when he says that I am the messenger of Imam Hussein, he wants you. He's looking for you. Maqtal says Zuhair and 5 other people in the tent, they all put their bread, their loaves on the dastarkhan. They were all so quiet and saddened as that the birds are sitting on their heads. If they move a tiny bit, the birds will fly. No one was saying anything. The wife of Hazrat Zuhair, whose name was Dailam ibn Amr, Radwanullahi alayha, Dailam says to Zuhair, Zuhair, what's up with you? Son of Rasulullah is calling you, and you are not replying to him. You are not doing istijabat to the call of Imam Hussein, son of Bibi Fatima, salamullahi alayha. Zuhair wakes up kind of. Says, okay, he comes. Has a dialogue with Imam Hussein. It's a long story, but remember, Imam shows Hazrat Zuhair his place. Hazrat Zuhair won't be paid. Hazrat Zuhair comes, divorces his wife, and says, I love you, I care about you. It's not that I hate you, but I know I'm going to be martyred. The man I'm going to join, 100% death is the outcome. So I want to relieve you. Then he appoints a person from the family to take them back to their family. But this holy lady, she does not leave after the martyrdom of Zuhair. I would mention that in Urdu. But so far, Hazrat Zuhair comes, and it's the day of Ashura. One of our great scholars, named Tabarasi Radwanullahi alayhi, he sees a dream. He mentions himself, I used to think, what is so special about the companions of Imam Hussein alayhi salam? I mean, Rasulullah had companions, Imam Ali had companions, Imam Hassan alayhi salam had companions. Why the companions of Imam Hussein are so special? He used to think inside. He falls asleep and sees a dream. He sees that I'm in the plain of Karbala, and it is day of Ashura. And it is the Salatul Dhuhr time. Now this is where it starts. He says that Imam Hussein comes to me and says, Tabrasi, I have a job for you. I have a mission for you. Tabrasi says, I was so happy. Imam Hussein wants something from me. I have longed all of my life to do some service to my Mawla. He says, Mawla, whatever you command me, as they say, as Shuma Dastur Dadan Asma Jan Bakhtan, you just give me your command. Imam says, listen, I'm going to offer my prayer with my Jamaat, and I want you to stand and, fend us from the enemy. Tabarasi says, I stood there. This is all happening in his dream. And Hazrat Zuhair, he puts a human face on the dream of Tabarasi Radwanullahi alayhi. Hazrat Tabarasi says that I stood there and the arrows started coming. He says, I saw this one arrow. It was coming straight like to my nose. He said, I ducked. I could not resist. When I bowed, the arrow went and hit the chest of Imam Hussein alayhi salam. He says, I woke up and I was like, quavering with fear, with mixed feelings. What happened? What did I do? He said that I was like in deep thoughts. Next night, the very same dream was repeated. He said, I stood there. Imam said, stand against my salah. He said, the way the arrow was coming, I could not stand erect. He said, I ducked again. And that arrow went and hit the forehead of Imam Hussein alayhi salam. He said, I woke up and now I was like crying. He said, I was crying and I could not make myself. I gathered somehow and I started. Sahaba so special. He said, the third time I decided if I never do that again. He sees the same dream on third night, dear brothers and sisters. And this time, you know what he saw? He sees that Imam Hussein is 2 arrows, one in his chest and one in his forehead. And Imam has lost lots of blood. And Imam speaks to Tabrasi, "O Tabrasi, you had the himmat, you had the jur'at, the courage to say that why my companions are so special. Look at my Zuhair, look at my Saeed. These two, especially Zuhair, he took 22 arrows in his body, only his body. He at a point even threw his shield away and he was standing erect, solid in front of Imam Hussein. An arrow will come. Maqtal says he will simply climb, he will jump forward and take that arrow on his body so that this arrow does not reach my Mawla. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah fi salat. And Hazrat Zuhair fell on the plain of Karbala. When he falls down, Imam Hussein comes. Look what he says in his last moments. My Mawla, if I had an ounce of strength left in my body, I will stand in front of you and defend you from these mala'in. Allah la'natullahi alayhim ajma'in. Azizo, jab ye maqtal ka scene hua na, Hazrat Hussein شہید ہو گئے. میرے آپ کے مولا کی شہادت کے ساتھ حضرت عباس شہید ہو گئے, علی اکبر شہید ہو گئے, تمام شہادتیں ہو گئیں. اور جب ملعون ابن سعد کا لشکر چلا گیا نا وہاں سے, حضرت زہیر کی بیوی وہیں پر تھیں. انہوں نے اپنے کو غلام کو حکم دیا.
قدر ہے کا غم کیا ہے, یہ تجھ کو بھی خبر ہے. غم بچے کا سہجا, یہ کس ماں کا ہے. آئے میرے حسین میری دل میں آ جا, آ جا میرے بچے میری آغوش. یا حسین یا حسین یا حسین یا حسین یا حسین یا حسین. حیا علی خیر العمل, حیا علی حیا علی. آئے گی جب فاطمہ, آئے گی جب فاطمہ, حال پریشان دیکھنا, حشر میں رنگ لائے گا شہیداں دیکھنا, حشر میں رنگ لائے گا حشر میں رنگ لائے گا. حشر میں رنگ لائے گا شہیداں. روبرو بابا کے جب آئے گی, خالی جولی سے بھرے کونین کو دکھلائے گی. بل یقین تھرائے گا, بل یقین تھرائے گا, محشر کا میدان دیکھنا, حشر میں رنگ لائے گا شہیدان دے. مرحبا سر نہ پڑا, حشر میں رنگ لائے گا. سب پڑھے نام مولا.
نے اکبر کا کلیجہ چیر کے رخ بدل ڈالے گئے امت نے تیری تصویر کے مالک کوثر ذرا مالک کوثر ذرا امت کا احسان دیکھنا حشر میں لائے گا شہیدان حشر میں رنگ لائے گا اصغر معصوم معصوم کے لب پر سوالے آب ہے بوند پانی کے لیے زندہ میں نہ تنہا ہو پابند نہ ہو آگے ہے پابند نہ ہو آگے رونے میں نہ پھیلاؤ یا رب کوئی معصوم ہوا نام مولا یا رب کوئی معصوم یا رب کوئی معصوم تھی جس کو نیند آتی شب کے سینے پر تھی جس کو نیند آتی شبیر کے سینے پر زندہ تر زندہ زندہ تر زندہ اس کے لیے قضا ہو یا کوئی ماں یا رب کوئی معصوم یا رب کوئی معصوم یا رب کوئی معصوم زندہ میں نہ تنہا ہو یا رب کوئی معصوم زندہ میں نہ تنہا ہو پابند نہ ہو آگے ہے پابند نہ ہو آگے رونے پہ نہ پھیلاؤ یا رب کوئی مرحبا آواز سے سکنے کی زندانوں سے آتی تھی آواز سے سکنے کی جیسے کہ سکینہ کو ہے جیسے کہ سکینہ کو جیسے کہ ہر زندان روتا یا رب کوئی معصوم زندہ میں نہ تنہا ہو یا رب معصوم زندہ میں نہ تنہا ہو بیٹا ہے تو ولی کا زہرا کی تو دعا ہے شبیر تیرا آقا ام البنین ماں ہے ہر صورت و چلن میں در سے نہ جدا ہے تاثر تجھ سے قائم دنیا میں بس وفا ہے صفا بیٹا ہے تو علی کا بیٹا ہے تو علی کا زہرا کی تو دعا ہے شبیر تیرا آقا ام البنین ماں ہے دور حیدر سے نہ جدا ہے تاشر تجھ سے قائم دنیا میں بس وفا ہے اس وقت جب محمد وآل محمد
ابن الطارق عليك يا ابن أمير المؤمنين السلام عليك يا ابن الحسين الشهيد لعن الله متى قتلتك ولعن الله ورحمة الله وبركاته السلام عليك يا علي بن الحسين ومحمد بن علي وجعفر بن محمد وموسى بن جعفر وعلي بن موسى ومحمد بن علي وعلي بن محمد والحسن بن علي السلام عليك يا صاحب الزمان السلام عليك يا خليفة الرحمن السلام عليك يا إمام الإنس والجان السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته وعلى